Welcome back to Growth Over Easy. Today, I want to share with you a quote I heard recently from Peter Crone. And when I first heard this, it was like that lightning bolt of insight. So if you are someone who struggles with the woulda, coulda, shouldas, the what ifs of life, why didn't I do this? My life could have looked different if I'd done this. Maybe I should have stayed with this person, or maybe I should have left sooner. Maybe I should have taken that job. Maybe I should have bought the house when I could or invested in the thing. So if you're someone who feels that, where you find yourself when your mind wanders, going back and wanting to rewrite the past, or maybe make a decision that you didn't make, or undo a decision that you did make, I want you to hear these words by Peter Crone. What happened, happened, and it could not have happened any other way because it didn't. What happened, happened, and it couldn't happen any other way because it didn't. When I first heard this, it was visceral relief in my body. It was this reminder that the past is the past. The past could not have been different because it wasn't different. The life you are living is a direct result from decisions that you made. And those decisions are baked. They're done. We don't have the ability to time travel back and redo them. Yet, we spend a lot of time, some of us, myself included, allowing our mind monsters really, to beat us up over the decisions we made, or maybe the decisions we wish we would have made. And this pulls us out of the present moment. I like looking at past, present, and future in this way of peace, of saying that if your mind is constantly in the future, you likely are feeling anxiety and worry and overwhelm. And if your mind is always in the past, you're likely feeling regret and maybe even some sadness. It's really in the present moment where we can find joy, where we can find peace, where we can find satisfaction. And it's only in the present. It's when we are where our feet are, instead of constantly in the future worrying about what could happen, or constantly in the past wishing we could rewrite history. And when we look at this through the lens of our nervous system, is that when someone is constantly ruminating and overthinking on the what ifs in the future, like what is going to happen, what if this happens, plan for the worst case scenario, they tend to be in a lot of activation in their system, kind of in like a flight response that shows up in their system. Their mind is going a million miles a minute. And then when people tend to be more in the past, ruminating on why didn't I do this? If only I would have done that, in a pretty shut down state, sometimes even in a freeze state. And the present represents safety in our nervous system. It represents the place where we're grounded. It represents where we can connect with other people. And so looking at the rumination of the past or the worry of the future as nervous system states, it's truly only in the present where we can experience feeling good. And so I want to give you a simple tool to help bring yourself back to the present moment if, one, you're feeling overwhelmed about the future, or two, you're woulda, coulda, shoulda about the past. And it's called orienting. And I'm going to walk you through a very simple way just to orient to the space that you're in. The first thing I want you to do is just notice where your feet are if you're standing. Notice your feet on the ground. If you're sitting, you can just notice your butt in the chair, but just notice it. After you take a second to just notice that, I want you to look around the space you're in, or if you're outside, just look around. And I want you out loud to name 3 things that you see. 3 things that catch your eye, that pull you in a little bit, that you notice more than others. And then I want you to name 2 things that you hear. If you were to really notice and really listen, what do you hear in your environment? And then 1 thing you can smell. Just 1. Maybe it's the fresh cut grass. Maybe it's a candle that you lit earlier, or a cologne you have on. And just notice. And after you do this, I want you to notice how your body feels now. Is anything different? Does anything feel like it slowed down a little bit? One thing's for certain, you're likely more aware of the environment around you. And when we become more aware of what is happening now in this moment, we give our nervous system, we give our body the opportunity to touch into safety. We give ourselves the opportunity to be where our feet are, which means we shut down the rumination of the past and we shut down the worry of the future. So use this tool. If you are someone who finds yourself constantly thinking back or constantly thinking forward, try orienting yourself 3 times a day. And just notice if it helps you be in the present moment a little bit more. And if you're listening to this and you are someone who constantly is struggling with the overthinking, the worst case scenario, the hypervigilance about the future, or you're ruminating on, I wish I would have about the past, if you are ready to move those boulders, deal with the things that are getting in the way of you living in the present, that are getting in the way of you being in a place where you can be in connection, where you can be in relationship with others, because the present is the only place that exists. I would love to support you. Click the link in the show notes to book a call with me, and let's see if nervous system work, if somatic cognitive work, this combo might just be the special sauce to help you move away from anxiety and worry, or away from regret, towards being present and experiencing safety in your body. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you choose growth this week.
Enjoy this episode and you're a fan of the show, please subscribe and leave us a review. If you'd like to connect, you can join me over on Substack or follow me on Instagram at Lilly Rachels. Let's build love that grows.